Okay, we are again here with the next topic, and that is the activity. It is one of the most important activity that we have to understand. What is the activity I have written here in front of you? What I have written? Leaves make starch. Leaves make starch as a food. Okay, so what is food that the plants prepare? Actually, they make the starch. In the last time we have seen that starch, actually it is stored in form of the glucose. First they prepare glucose, after that it is converted in form of the starch. It is also the part of the carbohydrate, and formula also we are knowing, that is C6H12O6. So according to the activity we have to prove that actually leaves make the starch as a food material, and sunlight is very much necessary for the photosynthesis. Means in absence of the sunlight there will be no preparation of the food. And what is the food? Actually it is nothing, it is a starch that we are going to test right now. So in form of the activity, when we will do this, so what are the things that are needed? One potted plant. Potted means already which is planted. We have to take one healthy and potted plant, and after that what we have to do, which is already in the sunlight. We have to consider the plant which is already kept in the sunlight. And what we have to select? We have to select one particular leaf, and we have to cover the part of the leaf with the aluminium foil. Again I am going to repeat. We have to consider one healthy plant. After that we have to select one particular leaf, healthy leaf you can say, and we have to cover the part of the leaf with the aluminium foil. Aluminium foil we are already knowing. It is the same foil which is used for the wrapping of the chapatis or parathas. So that we have to do. Okay, after that, after some time, after 6 hours, what we have to do? We have to pluck this particular leaf. We have to pluck this particular leaf, and we have to remove the aluminium foil. After the 7-8 hours, we have to pluck the particular leaf, and we have to remove the aluminium foil. And after that, what we have to do? We have to make some kind of the arrangement, and wherever what we have to do? We have to take the beaker. Inside the beaker we have to fill the water. In the figure you can see, even you can see that particular figure in the book also. So what is the things what I am doing here? I have considered one beaker, okay, made of the glass material, either any of the pot you can say, and inside the beaker I have filled water, okay, and inside the water I have considered one boiling tube also. I have considered one boiling tube also. It is the beaker kind of the instrument it is. And inside the beaker, inside the boiling tube, what I have filled? I have filled the ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol. Again, don't be confused. What we have to do? We have to take one beaker. Inside the beaker, what we have filled? We have filled the water. And after that, again another boiling tube we have to consider, which is made by the glass. And inside the boiling tube, we have to fill the ethyl alcohol, and this particular leaf also we have to dip inside the ethyl alcohol. Very easy. Boiling tube. Inside the boiling tube our leaf is there with the ethyl alcohol, and on the outer side water is there, and actually we are providing the heat. And when we provide the heat, so what will happen? This water will be boiled, and with the help of this particular heat, water will be boiled, and that particular heat will be transferred to the ethyl alcohol. And because our leaf is present with the ethyl alcohol, so our leaf, what kind of the our leaf will be also boiled you can say. Okay, so that is the arrangement, and we have to provide the 55 degree centigrade heat for the 3-4 hours. And after that what we have to do? We have to remove our leaf from there. Okay, and after that again we have to wash the leaf with the help of the cold water. Already our leaf was boiled right now, so this time we have to wash our leaf with the help of the cold water. And after some time, when the water particles will be totally you can say dry up, then only we have to do? We have to put some drops of iodine. Okay, we have to put 2-3 drops of the iodine solution on that particular leaf. In the diagram you can see also. So what will happen? The part which is turned into the blue-black, it shows that starch is present in that particular part. And there is also one covered part. Okay, there is also one covered part actually which was covered by the aluminum foil. In that part, if you are dropping the iodine drops, if you are putting the iodine drops, then only it is not converted into the blue black color. It shows that there is no starch formation on that particular part. So from this experiment, one thing is going to be clear, that the part actually which was in presence of the sunlight, the part which was in presence of the sunlight, there is a preparation of the starch. Okay, and this blue black color, after adding the iodine solution, this blue black color shows the presence of the starch. So this particular activity is going to be satisfied by this particular experiment, that sunlight is necessary for the preparation of the starch, and when we are putting the iodine solution, so blue black color, it shows the presence of the starch, and that we have already done in our earlier classes with the potato. Okay, our next thing is this is all about the autotrophic mode of nutrition. We have covered so far autotrophic mode of nutrition, and where we have seen how the green plants, they make their food, and with the help of the activity also we have understood that sunlight is necessary, how the sunlight is necessary for the photosynthesis. Our next topic is the other modes of nutrition. Other modes of nutrition for the plant. And in this particular category, other modes of nutrition, meaning is that green plants, they have the ability to produce their own food. There is not any kind of the problem for them. But what are the other modes of the nutrition? First is the parasite. What are the parasites? Very easy. Some non-green plants. Actually, parasites are nothing. They are the non-green plants. Means they don't have chlorophyll, and that's why they have not the ability to make their own food. Why? Because for the preparation of the food, what is the most necessary thing? Chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a green pigment. So there are so many non-green plants, and because they don't have the chlorophyll, and that's why they don't have ability to produce their own food, and that's why what they do, actually they are found on some another plants. Okay, they wrap their body parts in the branches of some another plants, and they get their nutrition, they get their food from that particular plant. And this mode of the nutrition, it is known as parasite. And what are the good example here? We have the good example, dodder plant. Sometimes it is also known as cascata. This is a name of the plant, dodder or cascata. It is a type of the plant which don't have the chlorophyll, and that's why what they do, they wrap their body parts on some another plant. From there they get their ready-made food. And that particular plant, from where they are getting their food, this particular plant is known as the host plant. What is the meaning of host here? Host means mejaban, means they are surviving on the another plant. Because of the another plant they are going to survive. So the main plant, from there they are getting their nutrition, from there they are getting their food. That particular plant is known as the host plant, and in this way they survive. So parasite. Okay, next is in somewhere you have seen that, if I talk about the one another case is also there, that is the partial parasite. What is the meaning of partial? Partial means half parasite, you can say. So what happens, one plant is there which name is the mistletto. That mistletto, that is the name of the plant. You can see that particular plant in the mango tree, inside the mango tree or mahua tree. Okay, either on the mahua tree, either on the mango tree, you can see that particular plant, that is the mistletto. And what is the mistletto? Actually mistletto contain the chlorophyll. Meaning is that they have the green pigment. So why they are living on the another plant like mango and mahua? because they get the water and mineral requirement, only for the water and mineral requirement. So what is the case of the mistletto plant and why they are known partial parasite? Because they are containing chlorophyll, they have the green pigment. In spite of this also, they are getting the plant, they are getting the water, they are getting the mineral, okay, from their host plant. And for the water and you can say for the water and the mineral requirement, actually they are residing on the mango or mahua plant, which is also host plant for them, and that's why they are coming under the category of partial parasite. Partial parasite meaning is that which they have ability to produce the food because they have the chlorophyll, but for the water requirement, but for the mineral requirement, actually they are getting this kind of the requirement from the host plant, and that's why this kind of the plant are coming under the category of partial parasite. What is the example? Mistletto. For example, mistletto plant, it is a partial parasite and it is living on the mango or mahua plant only for the water and mineral requirement. And this kind of the nutrition, so this is the parasite and this is the partial parasite. Our next mode of the nutrition is the insectivorous plant. Insectivorous plant. What are the meaning of the insects? Already we know. So insectivorous plant. Very easy definition. Insectivorous plant meaning is that the mode of the nutrition from where the plants get their food from insects. Plants get their food from insects. From the insects. So this category of the plant, these are known as insectivorous plant. Very easy. The kind of the nutrition, the type of the nutrition from where the plants, they are getting their food. They are depending upon the insect for their root food requirement, you can say, or they are getting their food from the insects. So such kind of the plants, they are coming under the category of insectivorous plant. For example, very easy example that we can see, one is the Venus flytrap. Venus flytrap, it is nothing. This kind of the, there are the two parts like that, and they contain the so many. Okay, you can see it. Venus flytrap is the first example, and second is the pitcher plant. Pitcher plant. For more information, you can see the figure also. By seeing the figure, you will you can easily understand what kind of the Venus flytrap and what kind of the pitcher plant. I will explain the pitcher plant mode of the nutrition. What happens in the pitcher plant? One leaf. Okay, in the pitcher plant, leaf is converted in form of the pitcher. Actually, leaf is converted in form of the pitcher and in form of the lead. Lead means what? Dhakkan. And pitcher means what? Ghada. So what happens in the pitcher plant? Leaf is converted in form of the pitcher and one lead is also present there. And inside the pitcher, there are so many hairs. There are so many hairs and which are positioned downwards. And what happens when any of the insect, either it is bee, either it is butterfly, you can say. So when any of the insects, when they enter inside the pitcher, so what happen? They are entangled with the help of the hairs. They are entangled inside the hairs. Entangled means phas jana. If the insects, they are entering inside the pitcher, so they are entangled because of the hairs. And after that, what happens? Immediately this lid closes. Immediately the pitcher plant, it closes its lid. And that's why there is no chance for the insect to come out. And after that, the pitcher plant, they secrete the digestive enzymes. And with the help of these digestive enzymes, actually they digest the food material, and which is none other than which is the insect. What happens? Actually they are also containing pitcher plant and Venus flytrap. They also have the chlorophyll. They have the ability to produce their own food. Still also for some another requirements like nitrogen, like phosphorus, for such kind of the nutrients, actually they catch the insects and that's why they are known by the name insectivorous plants. In my next lecture we will discuss some another modes of nutrition.